Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us. Approaching the midway point of the season now, Grant. How much do players want to be named an all-star?
You know, B.A., I'd say for the young guys and for guys in their twilight years, too, it means a lot. But for the guys that have done it a few times before, you know, sometimes that weekend off is a nice reset button.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
And the starting group for the Celtics. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Al Horford out there with Torrey Craig. And it's Baldwin in at the one.
Yeah, a shot that Randall has added to his repertoire. Shooting the three with confidence now.
Now let's send it down to Allie, who has a report on MP.
Thanks, BA. I spoke with MP about his star-studded contest coming up, and he looked across the court and said, "We'd love a challenge. We've been watching tape, and we think we have a solution for the problem over there." I can't wait to find out how these two juggernauts affect today's outcome.
Yeah, buckle up, folks. This is going to be a good one. Thanks, Allie. Brown finds Horford to the middle. Here's Baldwin. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
Just enough resistance to force the miss. Barely. That's one he'll generally make.
Pass to Randall. Back to Daniels. Reed to screen on Brown. Here's McDaniels. Jaylen Brown with a rebound. The Celtics have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. From deep. Baldwin's shot is off. And here's Minnesota now. Last game matched up with the Thunder. Tough loss there.
Yeah, they made a lot of plays, and they were in it until the end. Just couldn't do enough to get the win.
And that is why coaches preach about the details. The margins in this league are razor thin.
From deep three-point land. Reed with the rebound.
It's never easy from that distance. But we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
Here's Brown, and buries the jumper to finish off the break.
And each year, it seems Brown keeps getting better at shooting the ball, especially from the mid-range.
And you look at Derek White, Richard, the energy he plays with, it is remarkable.
That's his greatest attribute, his activity on both ends of the floor. Having a high motor is a skill. He keeps coming and tries to wear you down.
DiVincenzo with the steal. And they're on the break. McDaniels with it, now guarded by Brown. McDaniels passes to Randall. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Randall's got 5 now.
Letting Randall get inside with the ball was a bad mistake. His finishing ability got him to the bucket.
Here's Baldwin. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break of mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
Edwards, no good. Celtics trail by 3. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the T-Wolves. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
They beat this team last time largely because of the massive free throw disparity.
Yeah, they played a very smart and physical game, creating a lot of calls that often, went their way.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Torrey Craig out there with Jaylen Brown. Then there's Al Horford. Then there's Jrue Holiday. And it's Baldwin in at the 1 spot. And what an incredible achievement from MP recently. Grant, he turned in one of the most efficient games you will ever see.
Well, you talk about what it means to dominate. MP was the definition of that with his performance. Now, everything fell for him, and it looked like he was a man amongst boys.
Baldwin's shot is good.
Holiday with his head up, looking to create opportunities for his teammates.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Outside Edwards. Shoots. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it. Edwards has gotten his second bucket. The Celtics with the lead. Here's Baldwin. Hits the trifecta.
He has been a key factor for them offensively, scoring with consistency.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, Klecht in their last time out against the Raptors had a huge game. He ended up with 41 points, and once again, he was lights out from distance. A game that nobody will soon forget, that's for sure. How is he going to follow that up tonight? We'll see, guys.
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste. Well, his shooting is unfortunately not a big thing, and his lackluster accuracy is probably the thing that's keeping them behind.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Some solid defense from Edwards. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Looking to end this cold spell. Horford pulls it in.
Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Outside Edwards. Here's the pick to end the run. Rebound Boston. They've been on a heater of late. 7 wins in a row.
You can feel the energy in the air around this team.
Good! Another from 3.
And folks, he's just set the record for most three-pointers in a rookie season.
And you know, I don't even think he's thinking about records. He's out there to ball. Ever since entering the league, only a few months ago, he's been on a mission to win. And Chris Finch has called timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And the Timberwolves going with a whole new group out there. Cornette's checked in for Boston. Hauser comes in for Craig. On defense, the Celtics. They've only given up 2 points this quarter.
Get the perimeter.
Now here's DiVincenzo. He's guarded closely. Reed, a screen on Holiday. Launches it. Shannon's shot is off.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Outside McDaniels. For 3, Randall. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. Celtics lead by 17. Here's Baldwin. And the Celtics another 3.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting at 32% from the floor. Not good. Here's McDaniels. Outside for Randall. 55 seconds left in the first half. Can't connect from short range. Boston's gone 7 of 11 from outside the arc. Nice percentage from distance so far.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
McDaniels against Brown to stop the drought. McDaniels, that's good. McDaniels gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. 24 seconds left in the first half. Right side Holiday to the inside. Baldwin's shot is good. Baldwin's got 30.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight, and with the win and reach, don't expect him to let up.
Get there, get there.
DiVincenzo, the pass to Reed, to the paint. With 2 seconds left, and Randall the bucket on the assist by Reed. Randall's got 7 points.
Love to see him inside passing like this, as well as guys being on the same page.
And so it's the Boston Celtics leading by 17 at the end of the period. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
They couldn't shut down the lane. Only thing that would stuff that is prime check. Maybe two of me.
Now that is a... Okay, fellas, now we'll look at the sharpshooters lining up. Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And you played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, B.A., I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches, but the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run, and honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court like that.
Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Naz Reid. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Celtics lead by 15. Here's Baldwin. Give him 30. Lets it fly. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Brown's got 3 assists in the game.
Not just being selfless, but also smart with the ball. Brown is able to find the best guy for the right shot.
Randle outside. McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo. It's hauled in by White.
I rushed that one a little bit. Pretty clean look inside.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, Anthony Edwards. His disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. Clock at 6. McDaniels can't hit.
Rough start to the second half for them, only getting 1 of the past 4 shots to fall.
Puts up a 3. Here's Craig. Again, Boston.
He's got a knack for those putbacks, so you have to be aware of that defensively. Get a body on him.
Randle outside. Will it go? Boston with a rebound. Brown's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Out of halftime, not the way you want to execute, just 1 of 5 from the field.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Finch has called timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Well, Richard, one thing we're seeing an emphasis on by the league, mental health.
I'm surprised it took people so long to understand how grueling of a mental task it is to try and be one of the 450 year in and year out.
On the court right now for the Celtics, the perimeter pair, White and Brown. Then there's Al Horford, and it's Queta in at the 4-man position.
When Gobert is close like that, you know he's going to try and ram it through.
Boston again missing. Timberwolves trail by 17. And here's Edwards outside. The triple hits for Edwards.
This is not the same guy we saw in the first half. Credit him for finding a way to shake off those first 2 quarters.
Baldwin. The kick out to White. Takes a 3. Good. And Brown gets the assist. White's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now here's DiVincenzo. Tight defense on him. Pass to Edwards. From outside the arc. Horford pulls it in. Horford's got his 7th rebound here tonight. No problems knocking that one down. Baldwin's got 40 points.
relentless in his approach. He has one thing on his mind: close this game out.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Hard to find a season in his career where Horford didn't make an impact, RJ.
One way or another, he's going to help his team win. Still out there doing it and doing it at a high level. He's kind of an ageless wonder.
Craig is checked in for Queta. Reed finds McDaniels. Edwards with it, now guarded by White. White against Edwards. Here's Reed. Boston pulls it in. Craig's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Baldwin. No good from outside.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Reed to screen on White. Here's Edwards. Banked it in off the glass.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
And it's Edwards with the ball for Minnesota. Trailing by 17. Good chance here for DiVincenzo. Horford pulls it in. Horford's got 8 rebounds in the game. Here's Baldwin. And he banks in the layup. Baldwin's got 42 in the game.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Celtics.
And it was dueling 3-pointers all night. A battle they won.
Both teams had the same plan: win the game on the perimeter. So fun to watch.
And this will give them their 28th win of the year.
And I'm sure they're happy to get even for what happened the last time these teams met.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Clutch.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
Pass to Edwards. Shoots. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Boston dictating the flow. Here's Baldwin. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Back to DiVincenzo. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home. And we've got 28 seconds left to play in the 4th. Here's Baldwin. Offensive rebound, Celtics.
That's been the difference tonight. They've been insanely...
Again! What an avalanche!
Another 50-point game from him, and he is now 3rd in the record books for most 50-point games in a season.
You can't deny the greatness we've seen from him all year long. He has performed at the highest level, night in, night out.
And he's moved right past Kobe. Yes, Kobe Bean Bryant's 2007 season. What a remarkable accomplishment.
So it's Boston easily grabbed.
Good game, MP. You earned that one. Best outside shooting rookie ever. Sign of great things ahead. surprisingly loud crowd tonight. This should be a good one.
Feeling you, MP.
MP said he woke up today ready to slay some dragon.
At guard, 6'6", number 2, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. A chance here to rank the top rookies in the NBA, the race for the Rookie of the Year. How about these guys, huh? What a group. And you look at Clutch. Well, he's shown he's a force as we move along in the meat of the season, sitting pretty at that number 1 spot now, and it's his race to lose.
And this is just a special player. No question he should be favored for the Rookie of the Year award at this point.
I'll tell you, it's one of the brightest starts to a career that I can remember. He's certainly well positioned for that award.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. Torrey Craig is out there with Horford, and it's Baldwin in at the point. And for the Thunder, the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Harden. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 slot. The three-point shot, so important in today's NBA and a major part of the game plan, Greg, for both of these teams.
And we can expect to see a high volume of shots from beyond the arc in this one. I'm looking for whichever squad is able to create more havoc and throw the opposing shooters off their rhythm.
For some news on MP, let's send it over to the decorated David Aldridge on the sideline.
Well, all anyone can talk about is the matchup between the two potential MVPs. So I asked MP, how do you block out the noise? He told me you've got to block out the noise when you're facing someone like SGA. The guy is complete and he is relentless. If you're distracted, you lose. I think they're both looking forward to this challenge. Kevin?
As you say, you got to block out the noise. You're right, DA. A challenge for both of these great players. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that 3-level scoring ability, that time working the mid-range.
Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams, Doris, has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and frankly borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame and he fits in personality-wise.
And here's the fast break. Here's White, and White slams it in.
That's what you call speed, being the difference in transition. Off the steal, Derek White so heads up.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Outside, Dort. Pass to Holmgren. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Williams. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Williams got as great a basketball frame as you could hope for. That's strength right there.
A nice shot by Baldwin.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Thunder have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. After the miss from Baldwin. Holmgren kicks to Williams. It's good from long range. Williams has got 5 points so far.
Jalen Williams is a tough physical guy who can really shoot the basketball.
Baldwin the pass to White. A 3. And that drops in from beyond the arc. 3-pointer from Baldwin. He's got 9.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Celtics leading by 4. One guy who now seems to be a perennial MVP candidate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Doris. He is rocketing up the charts.
He is, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. He can consistently put 30 on you like it's absolutely nothing. He gives you everything else as well, including incredible leadership and great teammate skills.
And here is Dort after the 3-pointer from Baldwin. 1:07 left in the first quarter. Williams' shot is off. Boston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Brown the pass to Baldwin. Takes a 3. Dort grabs the miss. Thunder trailing by 7. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Second chance shot. It's another look, and it's good on the layup.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
Down low. Here's Brown. Cans the 12-footer.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Williams. That's miss number 3 for him. Now 2 for 5 from the floor. Here's Baldwin. Drills the 3-pointer. Baldwin's got 15.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Moves back up. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Boston Celtics with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be right back after this. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
We've got Williams, Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Isaiah Joe. Then it's Williams. And it's Caruso in at the 3. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. Baldwin can't get it to go.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And the way the Celtics can attack teams, Doors, with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Baldwin.
Oh, my goodness. How good was that move by Shai, creating a bucket? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Hi, Kevin. Well, clutch in the last time out against Houston. lit up the floor. He had 56 points, and as you may have guessed with him, a lot of those were on the 3-ball. Totals like that put him in rarefied company. A game for the ages. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. It's going to be interesting to see how he follows up that performance.
Yeah, he was the driving force behind that victory. But each night comes with different challenges.
What you love about this guy, though, is even when the defense adjusts to what he's doing, he'll make an adjustment right back. He is always ready with a counter.
Doris, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance to go down as one of the greatest Canadian basketball players ever.
Kevin, that is a bold statement when you consider that the great Steve Nash, two-time MVP and one of the best passers in the history of the game, is of Canadian descent. But this guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is putting together quite the resume. Let's just hope he can sustain that stardom.
Dort kicks to Caruso. For the 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Win after win, these guys now have 9 straight.
Well, this is a basketball team that's really humming right now. And what you love is they're working together as a unit, which makes it fun to watch. What I'm curious about here is when teams start to adapt and take away their best strategy, how do they keep the streak going? Really, really interested to see how this plays out.
One-on-one fast break. And again, Boston with the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And a missed layup.
Well, this is what you call your big man playing big. Terrific work on the glass.
Baldwin. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Williams comes in for Alex Caruso. Celtics making a switch here. .153 left to play here in the second quarter. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And at this stage of the season, Doris, it is safe to say we know who the true contenders are, right?
Kevin, I would say yes for the most part. But we have seen play-in teams from either side of the bracket make a deep run. And I don't want to rule anything out. We tip it up for a reason.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Baldwin. Bangs home the trifecta. Baldwin's got 34 points.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And there's the foul. It's on Clutch. So it's the Boston Celtics feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They have been sharp from beyond the arc, putting on a terrific 3-point shooting display. Back right after this.
I hate the shots they're taking. I hate them. The team is stubborn, and you have to be willing to adjust, like us with all these new teams that's been added.
Agreed. You can't want to be a long-range sniper. But if you miss the target enough times, you become the victim.
And let's switch it up. Here's a look at some of the possible. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What can you say? Clutch and impressive effort here today.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
On the court for the Celtics, White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. Horford is out there with Torrey Craig, and it's Baldwin in at the 1. And Greg, despite not winning Rookie of the Year, Holmgren had a historic start to his career.
And he would have won the award most seasons, but he obviously had some stiff competition. Regardless, he proved to be a versatile big man with star potential.
Dort finds Williams. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Got a piece of it. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Baldwin. Gilgeous-Alexander couple.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Gilgeous-Alexander sets the screen for Dort. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Nice pass by Lou Dort. You're playing in pick and roll, and your teammate's open, you find them. Nicely done.
And now the latest from our quarter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Lou Dort makes his bones at the defensive end. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I always try to test myself against him in practice because he's the best of the best. And Coach Mark Daigneault said, I look at him more like he's an artist. We can shift him anywhere. There's no one he can't guard. Kevin?
David, he is a beast. Wow, thank you for the report. Dort, some great shooters on this Boston team, but at times, don't you think they settle from the perimeter?
Well, Kevin, obviously, this is a coaching staff that puts a heavy emphasis on three-point shooting. They led the league in makes, they led the league in attempts. But obviously, your two best players, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, with their size and athleticism and driving ability, you want to try to find the right balance. They do a great job of that.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Goes up to the stripe. And that one off the back of the rim and in. 21 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Baldwin. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Some power coming from the PG.
Ah, that's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow. Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
It's stolen by Hartenstein. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Drills it from outside. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 24.
Boy, the rise and fire off the bounce by Gilgeous-Alexander. With that length and release point, good luck guarding it. Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
Outside Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
There's 1:59 left to play here in the third. That one, no good. Here's Baldwin. Good, he hits again.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Outside Williams. Pass to Holmgren. Launches from deep. Oklahoma City gets it back.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Baldwin can't get it to go. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Here's Dort. It's blocked. Here's Baldwin, defended by Dort. Fires from deep. And down it goes. Three-pointer falls in from Baldwin. Baldwin's got 53.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This was a very strong...
Okay, man. That's how we stand on business.
Yo, is that MP or MVP? Man's out here running.
Good win. Let's keep it going. Looks like a win, but can't take a night off in this league. What's up, MP?
And the temperature is rising here already with the watch party in full swing. Thanks, everyone.